we're looking at how that can be incorporated into a creative pursuit. We are combining our thoughts with our passions and our inspirations so that we can actually watch them grow. Have you gained a new skill set? Have you gained wisdom? Scorpio, welcome to your May 2026 reading, but of course this is for you anytime you might find it.
As always, we'll be using our classic Mystic Compass spread, starting here at the north. This card will represent the area of your life that has to do with housing, finances, career, etc. And then we've got an action item to follow. Over here to the east, we've got our thoughts, mindset, focus, dreams, as well as an action item to complement. Down here at the south, we've got our passions, our belief systems, anything that gets us really fired up, that gets us going, and our motivation, as well as a corresponding action item. Over here to the west, we've got our feelings and emotions, anything that is touching us in a deep emotional way, as well as an action item that corresponds. Finally, we've got one card in the center to tie everything together to show us what exactly we are looking at as the main point of the reading of this month and how everything is interconnected.
To the north, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So we are doubling down on this earth element and this very literal, practical sense of aspects of life, right? And so with this Knight of Pentacles, we are moving pretty quickly towards putting things in place, establishing a new job or a career path, establishing housing, getting our finances in order, and this is moving those things along. So there's progress happening. So if you've been feeling like those things have been a little slower in your life, or there's been a decision pending or something, you can expect for it to move a little bit more quickly. Let's see, what is your action item over here? We have the Seven of Cups. Look at that. So with this Seven of Cups, we're looking at creativity, creative pursuits, creative problem solving. Maybe there's something that's coming up that's going to require you to think about it in a creative way or handle it creatively, or there is a more of like a creative space that's being created. So maybe in your house, you are setting aside a studio for artwork, so that you can actually produce artwork and create something like that. So it could be something along those lines. So, or you might need to actually go out and buy art materials, or maybe you're really into calligraphy, and so it's like going out and purchasing your calligraphy items, your books and your pens, different things like that. So any like creative aspect to this area of your life, it's like housing, finances, career, we're looking at how that can be incorporated into a creative pursuit, right? And vice versa. Moving over to the east, we've got our air element, and we're doubling it down again with the air with our Ace of Swords. So both the swords suit and the air element are representing things of the mind. So that's your thoughts, focus, dreams. And this Ace of Swords is really a new beginning. So starting to think about things in a new way that is a way that you haven't thought about things before. Or maybe it's inspiring new thoughts. So what can you do on your day-to-day that's inspiring you to think about things differently and to start having more conviction? For some of you, it's being more determined in your day-to-day. So instead of thinking about something in a new way, it's just starting off with having your day planned out, and maybe some of you aren't used to planning out your day and really thinking ahead, and you're just taking things as they come to you throughout the day. And then this would be your invitation to actually plan things out, be intentional about how your day is going to go for you, etc. Let's see, what is your action item over here? We've got a 3 of Wands, Scorpio. So with this 3 of Wands, we are combining our thoughts with our passions and our inspirations so that we can actually watch them grow. So you're really like taking those thoughts, rather than they just being a passing thought, you're actually taking those thoughts and you're developing them so that they can grow into something greater, so that you can take it to the next level and you can really see how deep your thoughts can go. So if you're thinking of a new business idea, for example, rather than just thinking of the base level of it, maybe you think about how many employees you would have, or maybe you think about what is the purpose of the business and who is it really serving, and what is the expansiveness of that, and who would be your target audience. And you think about what would be your favorite part of the business. Would it be the customer and client relations aspect, or would it be something else? So these are all things that we're thinking about here. It's taking a simple thought and making it something greater than yourself and greater than just a simple thought. We're developing it and we're becoming more passionate about it, so that it is something that we can grow for in the longer term. Let's see what we have for you down at the south, Scorpio. This is our area of our fire element, and so this is our passion and our connection to the divine and goddess, spirit, the universe, etc. Queen of Pentacles. What are the practical steps that you can take, Scorpio, in your spirituality? Are you being asked to purchase some tools to help you along the way? Are you being asked to share what you've already learned with other people and invite them into a community? So maybe you are attending a breathwork session and you can invite some friends along who might really benefit from breathwork. Or maybe it's as simple as you found a natural wellness studio, restaurant, enclave, some sort of like space for natural wellness that you want to share with other people. This is really good for that, Scorpio. So that we're thinking about what are the practical things we can do with what we already know to be true in our realm of spirituality, and how we can share with others so that others can benefit and improve their lives as well. Let's see, what is your action item down here? We have another ace. So Ace of Cups. This is indicative of really seeing what the future has in store, and really like taking a deeper look at what it is that you do have in this space. So maybe you haven't really thought about it. Maybe you've just been showing up to events over the last year, right? Or give it a period of time. And now it's asking you to really take an inventory of what you have been doing, as well as really consider and feel into what it is that you've gained emotionally. Have you gained a spiritual community? Have you gained a new skill set? Have you gained wisdom? That's something to be gained as well. And then looking into the future, how can you use what you've learned and what you're carrying with you from a deep personal level into future endeavors? We're looking at all of this, okay? Let's move it over to the west. This is our water element and our area of emotion and feeling. 5 of Pentacles. This is a pretty practical card. So what you seek is seeking you. What are the feelings that you're seeking? Are you seeking grief counseling, for example? For some reason, some of you are needing that. Are you seeking refuge? Like, are you just seeking a place where you can really be yourself and really express your emotions in a safe place and in a sound way and really be held? A lot of you are looking for spaces that feel safe enough to really feel into your emotions. And so if you put that intention out there and you're really being honest with yourself and vulnerable, you can find those spaces. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what your action item is over here. Page of Wands. So with this Page of Wands, we're moving forward, we're taking action. We're not just sitting stagnant and alone. Okay, we're actually moving the process along, and there's a messenger here. So when you can either be the messenger yourself, and for some of you that's true, for some of you you're looking for a messenger. So when the messenger and the message are in alignment, that's whenever you can find this space to be your true authentic self and feel into what is meant for you. And these are both practical, like you're setting up that practical space, physical space, so that you do feel safe enough to be yourself, but then you're also accelerating and ascending and moving forward in a spiritual way, and being open to the spiritual messages that are available to you. And this is all related to your deep feeling. All right, Scorpio. So it's some of you have shut down your feelings, and this is the invitation to find your way back to them by doing what you can to get there, taking those steps, finding those safe spaces, finding the messengers, sometimes being your own messenger, listening to, maybe a lot of you might be praying or meditating and looking for those messages externally, but they can come to you in times, in quiet moments. We have one more card. Let's see what we have here, tying everything together. And we have a third ace for you, Scorpio. So there are a lot of new beginnings here, or like starting over in certain aspects of life, not entirely, but like in smaller ways that we're like starting things anew. So we've got the Ace of Wands. There is something that is brewing, there's something that's being birthed, a passion project, or for some of you, you are actually looking at parenthood. So this is a good time for that. Like this is, everything's in alignment here for that to happen, for you to be in the environment where you can do that. It could also be reparenting your inner child. So some of you didn't have happy childhoods, and this is your opportunity to start over again and like feel into what it would be like if you did have a happy childhood, and giving that to yourself as an adult, going into doing your shadow work and really thinking through and feeling through and experiencing what life would be like if you did have a happy childhood and you did have the proper resources in your life at that time to be the best, biggest, and best version of yourself. And just because you didn't have that doesn't mean that you're not able to get that in the future. It just means that this is what we're focusing on now, so that you can grow into a bigger, better version of yourself. Okay, Scorpio, so you've got, some things are already lining up for you. I know the last few months have been pretty rough, but it really seems like certain things are coming into alignment. So that is, and working in your favor. So even though a lot of you are starting something from scratch or starting a new phase of something that you've been working on, it's all coming together, and the energies are aligning for that to happen with ease. Thank you so much, Scorpio. Don't forget to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs to get a fuller picture of the month ahead.